Good evening, degenerates. How are we this fine Saturday? There's always something around here. My cigar's gone out. I haven't even gotten started yet. This showing the chats on screen, and there's not anybody here yet, so I'm not all that worried about it. But the showing the chats on screen thing it's vexing me. It really is. I spend the 2 minutes on the countdown timer struggle on the struggle bus trying to get this to work. Um, so yeah. Oh, we got here Travis. Hey man, you know what? If you got to do, uh, you gotta unload the truck and all that. Halfway to our campsite for our anniversary trip, the dogs, the spark plug and coil went out. Engine light came on, started misfiring. Do you have separate coil packs for each cylinder, or do you have one coil? Oh no. Uh, well, there went my idea. Oh, what? You have a bad ground? That's the only thing I can think of. It's either that or you got a bad one out of the box, which is also possible. Oh no, it's 8 separate ones. Oh, well that's different. Man, that sucks. Yep, I have faith in you. I have faith in you. You guys will find it. Is it just one cylinder that's misfiring? Because if it's 8 separate ones, that means that only one of them is doing it, or however many are misfiring. Believe me, and also I'm not a mechanic. What's up, Phil? Nice of you to join us this fine evening. Oh, we're starting these streams. I'm going to start them a little early because I want to try to catch JD Delay at 8 p.m. Central. He starts his streams at 6 Pacific. So I shifted everything a little bit forward so that I could make sure I have plenty of time to get this out of my system and then go and then watch his stuff. And because I don't know. Yeah, just one cylinder is misfiring. It's possible. Uh, it's possible, man. That there's so you got a plug, you got a wire, you got the coil, You got ground. So if you may don't have a Flyers are at 8 as well. Well, I know you're going to ditch me for them. So, actually, honestly, that's why I moved everything forward is so that you could join us. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Real life is real life, man. You got to do what you got to do to take care of your stuff. Uh, I I wouldn't want you hanging out here with us and spend any time that you need to be spending with your family watching my idiot self, right? So, um I don't if if it's the same cylinder that it was doing it before, that doesn't sound like to me. I mean, the odds of having two coils that on the same cylinder that were bad are pretty slim. I mean, if it was, I don't know. It just something sounds fishy about that. I have faith that it's going to be something simple for you, man. I have faith that this is going to be all right, that you're going to go and it's going to be one of those, you know, duh moments where you run into something that it's something simple like a bad ground or something like that. Have faith. Things are going to work out. I just got a feeling. So, oh, so you know what? Um, Where's that at? I don't know if I have that. Of course, I don't have that tab open because I'm an idiot. Um, I'm doing my best um, not to spend all of my time. So you guys know that. Damn it. Um, so you guys know that this is like Autism Awareness Month, right? And bunker branding, and yeah, bunker branding. I'm trying to be Mr. Positivity, and I am a pessimist for sure. Hey, see, you're rep the set, man. Rep the set. It's all right. Everything's gonna turn out okay. But back to my point, Bunker's got they've got their autism acceptance going on right now. I actually got that order in. Uh, I'm gifting these shirts to people because I've got so many graphic tees. I've got my own stuff. I've got so many that I can't wear them all. So what I do is I buy these things to support the cause, and then I gift them. So I ordered a bunch, but I've heard a lot of people are getting this, and so my order came in today with my autism acceptance shirts. I got the Fallout one, the weaponized autism. No, it wasn't that one. It was the gunship one, the one with the plane, spooky, and then the patriotism shirt. So I got those, and then I, I got a copy of The Warrior's Garden. And I've heard several people in the Discord saying that they got a book or stickers or something extra in there. I think that's cool. I haven't read this book, and so I'm always looking for. No, I did not get the keychain. I did not. But you know what? That's okay. I got a book, and I'd rather have the book than a keychain. Truthfully, this book is about. And this is very this is on the nose, right? This book is about be if something is free, right? You use Facebook, social media, whatever. If you're not paying for it, right, then you're the product, right? They're advertising to you, and they're making money. The companies are making money off of getting you to buy things, right? So this book is about how to deal with living in that world, how they track you and use your information against you. It's that whole thing where you have your phone sitting there and you're talking about something off the wall, and then all of a sudden you start seeing ads for whatever you were talking about. And it's almost like the thing is like in your brain, because I swear there's things that I've seen ads for that I was thinking about. I didn't actually say anything out loud, and I swear the thing can read my mind. Um, so I don't know, but It's about stuff like that, how to deal with that. I think that's what I've gathered. Just reading the the cover and stuff. They say don't judge a book by its cover. When it doesn't look to be a heavy lift when it comes to reading. Um, let's see, it's got a like a I guess a calendar where you can kind of track how much you use and what you use and all that stuff. So it's man, how much of this is a like calendar? Um, so yeah, the 30-day challenge about I guess cutting down on usage, but it's 204 pages, right? Um, so the calendar takes up a significant number of the pages in the book. So it's not a real heavy lift when it comes to reading. The it's 200 pages and the text is relatively. I don't know if you can see that. Um, yeah, you can't really. It's washed out from the light, but it's kind of got a pretty decent like an 11-point font. So it's not going to be a hard thing. I probably kill this in a weekend. I was talking about Thursday. You can see this shoulder. Finished. Finally got around to finishing Why Gary Why. Great book. I recommend that to everybody. Um, it's not just about um, it's not just about the shooting. It's not. There's a lot to it. There's a whole lot of stuff in there that I wasn't expecting to read when I started on that book. So I'm not going to turn this one into another book report, but please, that's a good book. I've pasted. If you follow me on X, you've seen me post up the link to that on Amazon. I mean, it's like $17. So I'm trying my best not to let this damn thing go out. I made it through the entire stream Thursday. Cigar didn't go out one time, and I think that has more to do with the quality of the cigar I was smoking than me spending all my time running my mouth. Um, I will tell you that I do this thing where I'll start to take a drink and then I remember or start deciding I want to say something. I was making shorts of my content. I do this thing where I I divide up all of my content and I make chop them up into some shorts and stuff, and then I schedule that over the week, right? And that just kind of keeps things churning. I'm not thinking that I'm going to make any money off of this. It's just what I think. One of these things I do. It's kind of like therapy. I get to do some talk therapy and work through some of this stuff. It's like if I can provide any help or support for any of the folks that are on here. You know what? Hey Travis, you go do your thing, man. I like it's gonna turn out. It will. You have a great weekend. And it'll work out. Promise. Peace, man. But if I can provide any help or support for any of you guys, yeah, whatever. It's all in I wouldn't say in a day's work, but you know what I mean. Um, but I chop these things into shorts and then I let them go, and every now and then I'll pick up a follower or whatever. See, that's the thing. already, already. I think it has a lot more to do with these. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. But it's not out. It's not out. I've been trying Redbreast. Uh, it's an Irish whiskey. It's the first Irish whiskey I think I've ever had, and it's actually pretty good. It kind of opens up a little bit when you put it in ice and let it sit and mellow for a little bit. Because I mean, a lot of whiskeys you put a couple of drops of water in it and it really kind of brings out the notes and stuff. It's very floral if you drink it like neat. And I was like, man, this is a little bit more than I like as far as floral. It's not quite like having a face full of potpourri, but it's got a lot of floral notes to it. Excuse me. And I threw it through some ice in the cup and let it sit for a couple of minutes. It's pretty sporty. Redbreast 12 year. I actually put the box in the middle of my set back here because things. But that's not going to be a daily driver. That bottle costs a little bit too much for me to just drink it all the time. I've got several bottles that aren't. Don't get me wrong. It's not like over $100 or anything like that. When an expensive bottle to me is going to be something that's in about the $75 range and up. Um, I I don't I don't know. There's plenty of bourbons and whiskeys that are not expensive that aren't cheap. There's a difference. Value is perceived, and there's a difference between inexpensive and cheap. There's lots of cheap whiskeys and bourbons and stuff. There are also a lot of inexpensive ones. You can get an inexpensive bourbon that isn't cheaply made, and you don't have to spend a bunch of money. It's Ronnie Adkins talks about Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig's a pretty decently affordable bourbon. Not my favorite. Nothing against it. I have a bottle of it. I don't drink it very often because it just doesn't have the flavor profile I like. I drink a lot of Bullet, which is definitely bargain basement kind of stuff. It's like $30 a bottle in a lot of places for a fifth, and so that's not a bad price for a fifth of decent whiskey. It doesn't come in a twist off bottle. It's a corked bottle. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I'm gonna fight this damn cigar the whole day, the whole entire time. And now my lighter's starting to go out of fluid. I swear it's gonna be a fun day for me. I'm taking all of your suffering, Travis, and I'm going to internalize it and take it all away from you. It's kind of like that whole thing where everybody saw the AI picture that Trump posted, made him look like Jesus. That you know what? Human beings, it doesn't matter who they are, they're human. Uh, I I don't understand people who put um, humans on a pedestal. Right? They act like everything they do is great and they can do no wrong. The guy, that was a fuck up. It was it's a stupid thing to do, and people do dumb things, and that guy's got an ego bigger than who knows. Well, it's bigger than mine for certain. And I gotta change that browser, man. It's reflecting in my glasses bad. But man, dude, he really needs to overcome that. I don't think he's going to at his age. It's just it's just not in the books for him. But he spends an awful lot of time pissing people off. Now, I love shit posting, right? And the guy he's one of those people. He's one of those folks who will get it going, and I don't know. Sometimes it's like, is it trolling? Is he trolling people, or does he really think he's Jesus? I don't know. He probably just doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to making an image or generating a prompt. Hold on, let me turn my fan on here. And I pull all the smoke that away. But he probably doesn't know what he's doing. He said something about making himself look like a healer, and it made him Jesus. That's not the way you go about doing. With his base too. That was a super stupid move. But that's all I'll have to say about that. I don't want to turn this into political commentary, but uh, dumbasses. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have political viewpoints and stuff, but that's the only one I have about that. Do you get me talking about the Second Amendment crap and all? So I have a few things that I have bookmarked here. I tell you, the have you guys seen the guy parachuting into the Virginia Tech thing? Uh, yeah, I can just show you. It's not. It's better to watch it than if you haven't seen it. This is interesting. So here you go. Got the flag and everything, man. That's not good. Yeah, that's bad. I don't know how long. I don't know how long Homeboy was up there hanging from that thing, but that that had to suck. That had to suck bad. And there was I don't know that there was too much he could do. He that flag's a sail, man. That's a giant sail, and he was at the mercy of the wind. I mean, I don't know that he could have done much else except for either ride it out like he did, or like try to dump the air out of his chute and go down faster, and then he's going to land on people because there was no way he was going to get on the field. And I'm no parachutist. I've never jumped out of an airplane. I have no experience whatsoever, so I'm a complete and total dumbass. Don't know a thing about it talking about this. I'm just trying to think of it from a physics perspective. And that's the only things I can think of. I don't know that he could have done anything else and not endangered himself or other people. That being said, now he's immortalized, and oh, that's bad. Could be worse. Could be worse. Right? Could always be worse. Um, I do have another one. This is a one of those uplifting uh, kind of deals. So the the principal, Kirk Moore, who was the guy who tackled that um, active shooter in Oklahoma at Pauls Valley High School, right? If you haven't seen the footage of that, you should go look that up. I mean, dude straight up just charged in like a boss and took dude down and pinned him down, his arm down that he had the handgun in until somebody could get in there and help him out. That was boss move, baller, absolutely. There's no telling how many lives he saved that day. So this is gonna be a little feel good moment for you, but apparently they have crowned him uh, prom king. But yeah, so there you go. The kids all voted for him to be prom king. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. So hey, that's neat. That's always a cool thing to see somebody doing something good and being recognized for it. I mean, it's not a huge thing, right? Um, but it's something. It is absolutely something. And so I don't know. It's you gotta. You never know. You never know how you're going to react to a situation like that uh, until you're put in it. Hopefully, nobody is. Hopefully, that's it. Nobody does else has to go put up with that crap. I, as a realist, I don't think that that's the case. But um, I hope that anybody else that's put into a situation like that, like he is, has the same results until we can get to a place where we can harden our schools to a point where they're not soft targets anymore. And I can get onto a forever political rant on the fact that we don't protect our schools. Um, Gun-free zones don't work. They just don't. Nobody obeys a sign. Everybody knows that criminals are committing crimes, right? You're breaking the law already, taking the gun in the school. You have intent to do harm, right? You're committing a crime with a gun, so on and so forth. There's just a stack of you know laws that you're breaking just in going to. You think that they give a damn about a sign? Come on, give me a break here. Everybody knows better. I don't know how anybody thinks that a sign is going to protect anything. And yeah, you can put metal detectors in and all that shit, but guess what? It, Those are you're trying to catch students with guns at that point. It's don't be a dump. I mean, golly. So we protect uh, physical assets, right, with guns. We protect politicians with guns. Um, it's why don't we protect kids with guns, right? Why aren't we making these targets so hard that nobody will ever go into a school and try to shoot the place up? Because they know they're going to get murked the second they step foot in the door, or even before then. That's the way I think it should be. And the only people who have problems with that are people who don't, who the people who are afraid of inanimate objects. We don't want to have people walk. Look, stop acting like people, people who protect other people are bad, right? It's the oh, we shouldn't have kids seeing people with guns patrolling their. Why? You don't want to. Oh yeah, the one with the this side, the shoes in it. Yeah, that's my communist shoes that I got a year ago. As a matter of fact, it was a year ago this month, right around in there. That it was done as an auction to raise money for the for for autism acceptance and stuff. We're changing the term. I think it's going from awareness to acceptance because just being aware that people have autism is is kind of a thing. Right? Nah, we're not. Everybody has somebody in their life somewhere. It may be a few degrees separated, but everybody's affected by it in one way or another, right? I have my niece's daughter is I've talked about her before. She's autistic. For a long time, she was nonverbal. She didn't actually speak for a long time. We thought she was actually hearing impaired because she didn't react, didn't say anything. And then we had her hearing tested. I didn't have anything to do with this. Is the family. We, had her tested, found out that she was on the spectrum pretty young, and she's had a very devoted, uh, not only her mom but her extended family, and so it's everybody's affected by autism in one way or shape or form. So you know, understanding that neurodivergent people exist and that they're not retarded, right? They're not. That's not what that is. These people are. It's like a superpower. So, uh, yeah, it dodged me. I didn't get it. I got ADD pretty hard though. So, Sean, you weren't allowed to have guns when you were young. Didn't know your stepdad couldn't have them. That's that. I know a few folks like that myself. Uh, so when you got out, you got yourself one. Anybody who can be legally armed should be legally armed and should know how to use it. That's my opinion on that. I am an absolutist when it comes to the Second Amendment. Um, actually, I'm pretty devoted constitutionalist. So um, that's my opinion on things. Um, if it's in the Constitution, then that's how I think it should go. Not It's not a perfect document, but you know what? That's but yeah. But like I was saying before, um, they do have the thing going on this month. So over at Bunker Branding, they have several shirts. Proceeds from the sale of those shirts goes to several autism charities. Charities they raised over $250,000 last year, I think. Um, I'm wanting to say off the top of my head, I don't have that handy. That's their thing, not my thing. I contribute to it by buying the merchandise and whatnot. So oh, love Florida laws. Yeah, I understand. Florida's pretty dope. Our laws are pretty good here in Arkansas too. We live in a free state. We can legally own can't win the R2FU. Oh, What? You can't win it, or am I trying to win it? Because I'm not. I'm not trying to win the R2FU. I just I do. I've got to. I can't just spend money on everything, man. I just can't. Now, anybody who doesn't, it was over 250, like $250,000 last time. So the thing he's talking about, Donut Operator, is taking every $5 you spend on his merchandise during the course of this contest gets you an entry to win his robot he named R2FU. And it's man, what do they call those? It's an explosives, like folks that deal with um, man, I've lost the word. Like um, IEDs and shit like that. I was never in the military. I can't remember the damn terminology for it. But anyway, like the bomb squad robot. There you go. So um, that's what that was about. So yeah, Sean, I'm not trying to go for that one. I'm also not going for Kentucky Ballistics. He's got a contest going right now to win his Trans Am monster truck vehicle thing. It's gold, and it's pretty badass too. But it's the 5 year anniversary of him, having that detonation and damn near dying in the generation of the whole stick a thumb in it thing. And you guys can see all that on his channel. I like Kentucky Ballistics. I love watching his stuff. One, he's a pretty wholesome dude, right? There's not a bunch of cussing, and there's no cussing, as a matter of fact. He's pretty g golly. So, but I like watching his content, and so it's really good, and it's all firearms related, and he's funny. He is really funny, but you should check out his stuff. And I had another, speaking of firearm stuff, uh, guns.com posted up this video earlier. Oh, look at this. That I, I I think it's hilarious. They're calling it a butt pump. I don't know if they did that on purpose just to be funny. Um, but if they did that just as a joke, it's like Mr. Leadslinger's talking about on the first comment. Is like, anybody willing to put that much work into a joke, into a gag, you know what? Hats off to you, right? And yes, Donut got married. Uh, Yesterday, I think. I'm just kind of going off of what I've seen on social media of them posting videos and stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty dope. I don't know. Seemed like he took a little while, but yeah, good for him. Good for him and Moody. That's awesome. Looked like the party was something to behold. Um, there's a video of Nick, the fat electrician, break dancing for a couple seconds, and so yeah, it looked pretty lit. Those all those guys, most of them are all in their very early to mid 30s. I mean, Donut's a little older than he's not, that old in the grand scheme of things. He's not my age old. Uh, but yeah, and he's been mostly on the wagon for a while, if I remember correctly. So he's going to be a cheap drunk. Yeah, Nick was breakdancing. There's a hell of a lag, Sean. Um, yes, I know. Eli is like 40. As a matter of fact, I think he just turned 40 this year. Um, let's see here. Well, yeah, it is. Whatever. Um, so I have a little bit more serious thing. This is one of those things I bookmarked and I wanted to make sure I covered when I talked tonight. So there's and we'll leave the religion part of it. I think this dude, this Phil Vaught dude, only had like maybe one song that had anything to do with any kind of sort of religion. But this dude has got a 160 count indictment sexually abusing children and producing child sexual material. Um, man, there is there isn't a hell deep enough for this dude. Oh yeah, well okay. I see you're on a gummy there. That's fine. Hey man, uh, what's legal for you ain't legal for all of us. But this guy, Mr. Chippy, needs to visit him. As a matter of fact, I don't know if JD Delay's seen this one, but obviously he needs to visit. Um, you know what? Everybody says feet first, but you know what I think they ought to do is they ought to have the little back and forth action. It's like in and out, in and out, and just kind of can't make it bad enough for people like this. You really can't. They're not what they're not people. They're once they start doing stuff like this, they're no longer human. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that shit. I don't know that I can. I really don't. I don't think that there's any way to really wrap your mind around why people do that shit to kids. It just it just doesn't make sense to me. But it shouldn't make sense. That's something you shouldn't be doing. I don't. It's one of those things, and I can't remember who this is attributed to. So um, I'm not ripping it off. I'm just remembering it, kind of. And so like everybody goes through this stuff. When I was a kid, when started becoming attracted to girls, I was young, and I was attracted to girls my age. When I got older, I stopped being attracted to girls that age. Right? I was still attracted to girls my age, and so on and so forth. Right? I why would you? I don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a messed up thing. I mean, I wasn't necessarily an early bloomer, but I always thought that women who were like grown women were attractive even when I was too young to do anything about it. It's just I don't know. I think in my opinion, that's a hardwired thing. I don't think it works the other way around, and it ought not to. And we ought to get rid of the ones that it does that with. You know. So, but yeah, well, I I may have covered that, but maybe I don't know. Maybe we can get a little bit more attention on that garbage. I just don't. Yeah. So on another note, I don't. This is people being so disconnected, um, and not. So Elon is another one of those. It's like saying that AI and robotics will mean everybody can have a penthouse if they want. Output of goods and services will be several orders of magnitude higher than today's economy. Talking about reading these culture books for the mess, imagining of how it will be. Uh, Amazing abundance seems to be the best to me. Look, Human beings require suffering in order to function. It it the it's one of, and I hate pointing to um, fiction as a way to justify um, the way things work. But the Matrix movie explaining how the first generations of their systems were like utopias, and that they lost entire crops of humans because humans require suffering. The, humans require pain and whatnot to function, right? And if we're having a life that's too easy, it just doesn't work out for us. And I don't understand this utopian ideology. Um, I don't know. I don't agree with this. I think that he's kind of disconnected. Uh, he's been too rich for too long now, and he doesn't understand that not normal human beings. If people are going to cheat, it's like it's like welfare and stuff, right? If you got people who think they can get by without working because they're going to game the system, they're going to do it. Humans are human. They're shitbags and lazy mostly. Well, not mostly lazy, but there are a lot of people who are lazy, right? And yeah, it's the Star Trek thing. There's no such thing as utopia. And the thing about Star Trek is like, oh yeah, all the humans get along now, but we hate the aliens or whatever. So yeah, they just made it an analogy, right? Um, and I'm a Trekkie, right? Kind of a Star Trek fan. I've always been that way, and but it's nice to live it in a fantasy. That's why I say I don't like pointing at fiction to justify a train of thought or school of thought on things because it's fiction. It's not real, right? People imagined it. It's not a real thing. Yes, there are a lot of analogs, right? Use the terminology. There's a lot of analogs with it, but it's not reality. So, but I had somebody on the Discord hit me up. I can remember that they can't hear me because I'm not talking. That's a whole different thing. Um, I do this thing where I post up my the cigar I'm smoking and a drink and stuff, and the opening line I have for my podcast or for my broadcast here, or at streams, whatever, is always the same thing. It's like "Good evening, degenerates," and I do the same thing there. And I had somebody ask me what uh, what my cigar was, and whether it's a Liga Privada or a Flying Pig or an Underground or something like that. And it's not either of those two things. It's a cigar that's a Perfecto that's produced by the uh, the fine people at the Las Vegas Cigar Outlet, and they have a house stick that's a Perfecto that's almost the exact same size as the Underground Flying Pig. What's in that drink? So I started out with a Red Belly 12, Red Breast. Jeez, Red Breast 12, which is an Irish whiskey, and now I'm currently on Redemption bourbon. So I like with Redemption's wheated bourbon. I like wheated bourbons. They're a little bit more on the sweeter side of things. So yeah, I'm a I'm a kind of a bourbon guy. I didn't used to be. I used to be a beer guy, and as you can tell from my makeup of my body, I used to drink copious amounts of carbs. I stopped doing that a while back. As a matter of fact, I had like three Yinglings in my refrigerator that I finally threw away because they've been there for like a year, and I was like, I've got to get rid of these. They're not any good for anything except for maybe cooking with, and that'd be it. So and eh, why? So yeah, I don't drink beer anymore. It's not that I like beer. I do. But I can't do it. Yeah, beer belly's a real thing. So the last thing that I wanted to cover on my bookmark stuff for X. This is an interesting thing. Corrupt politicians. Just so there's this accountant who was the comptroller for Dixon, Illinois, a little 15,000 person town, had a she set herself up a secret account and everything as a it's a vendor account or a control or not a controller a contractor account, right, and was invoicing the city and then paying the fake invoices, and she over 20 years embezzled $53 million from this town over a 20-year time frame. Started a business for quarter horses, breeding quarter horses at championship, right? All started all this stuff with the money that she stole from the city. Goes on vacation. They bring in a substitute accountant, and the substitute accountant found the discrepancy that led to her being caught. And now she's going to go to jail, I'm sure. So and they'd been the city had apparently been cutting uh, money left and right, firefighter jobs and road repairs and all this stuff because they didn't have the money in the budget. And the whole time she's uh, she's been doing this. One of the things they're talking about, she had 400 horses, multiple farms, a custom bus, and a $2.1 million motorhome. Not to be too political, but Dixon, Illinois. I wonder what political party she happens to belong to. Just saying. So, people, like I said, people are shitbags. They are. That's just, I don't know. I had a couple of other things that I had sent to myself that I wanted to talk about. Now I can't find where I sent those. That's what I get. Oh, I should look for myself. Um, nah, I don't know if I want to cover that stuff tonight. It's a little bit too deep for this evening. I think I would rather uh, spend my time talking about things that are a little bit more lighthearted from this point forward. Honestly, so I'm just like I said, I'm just killing time till JD Delay comes on, and I'm gonna go watch his stuff because he's entertaining. It's like again, I don't agree with everything he has to say. He's got some differences of opinion on some political things and well, I mean a lot of stuff. Doesn't mean that I can't see eye to eye with him on other stuff. He and I are very very similar in our train of thought when it comes to dealing with people who hurt children. 100%. It's like I need I need to get myself a make pedophiles afraid again um, shirt or something. I really do. Speaking of shirts, yeah, JD's all right. He's I mean he is what he is, right? People come as they are, and I mean he has his faults. So do we all. But yeah, he is entertaining for certain to me, and that's my 2 cents on the matter. Um, so switching gears, anybody who has not seen it, I have posted as of Wednesday the most current episode of Force Valor Radio, and yeah, he is a little over the top. Yeah, and like I said, I I I try to take people at face value, and I prefer to think that they are who they say they are and or who they present until they give me a reason to think otherwise. He's over the top and in your face and stuff. And you know what? I'm not like that. I'm a little bit more subdued. But you know what? different strokes and whatnot. Takes all kinds. But yeah, latest episode of Forced Valor is out as of Wednesday. The Flames of Flintlock. Uh, there is an Easter egg in this episode. It's visual. You can see it with your eyeballs if you watch it. I'm not going to tell you where it is in the episode. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you find it, please, for the love of God, put something in the comments and say you found it on that video, right? Uh, don't give don't give it away. Don't be a spoiler. Um, but yeah, please, by all means, watch it. Um, it's currently not performing the best out of all my videos, and it's not because it's not performing. It's because last week's video decided it wanted to take off and get some legs, and it's still going. So um, let's see, yeah, the latest video performance on that one is 3 of 10. So, and that's a YouTube thing. It ranks your videos out of your it's the ranks your top 10, and it tells you what ranking your current video is. And you've probably heard the unsub guys and other creators say 1 of 10 or something like that. That means it's a top video, top performing video that you have on your channel. This is number 3, and the reason being is it's only performing inside the parameters, right? The views and the impression click throughs and the average view duration, all the metrics that they use to judge how the video is performing. It's it's in it's not real high, it's not real low, it's kind of in the middle. And so, but last week's video is number 1, has been that way since I posted it. The algorithm found that one and decided to start giving it's a suggested video on a bunch of stuff, specifically around World War II, which is what these videos are set. The time frame in which these are set is Pacific theater of World War II. So please go watch it. I'm trying my best to get a little bit better. I always run behind on how these videos, I've covered this before, how they're made is I create a story, and then a few weeks later I actually make a video. And video is a term I use loosely, but it's a narrated set of stills and whatnot that are transitioned, kind of give you a visual representation of what's going on in the scene. Um, but I decided to start putting something in there that people can be like, yeah, I'm going to watch for this thing. This thing is going to happen, and you need to watch for it. You don't know where it's going to happen. It gives you a reason to kind of stay engaged. So I don't know. I don't know if it's if it's a gimmick or not, but I'm going to do it that way. Also, speaking of shirts, wearing the Emotions of Brandon Herrera shirt. Um, you can get you some merchandise over at the Forced Valor merchandise store. If you go into our website, and by our I mean mine, and click the merchandise link up here at the top of the screen, takes you over to the merch store. The latest shirt I have that I'm not currently wearing is the self-branded uh, JD the Bot Guy tee. Um, the violet ventricle shirt that Travis was talking about in the chat earlier. This is it. He actually won that shirt in a giveaway. I do those monthly at the beginning of every month. There will be another one come the 1st of May, or the first weekendish of May. And I'm going to probably let this one run for a while. I normally run them for about a week and then pick a winner, but I want to get a little bit more engagement, and I may modify the rules a little bit to get some more people um, involved in it. Because spread the love, spread the joy, spread the word. Uh, and speaking of the violet ventricle, if you go over to patchops.com, you can actually buy a medal. And the ribbon in this picture doesn't give it justice. It will actually straighten out. Uh, he kind of just grabbed one and threw it out there and put a picture of it up. But this is an actual physical medal. You can get it. It's well, you can see it if you look behind me. And let me switch out of my screen. You look over here on the shoes. You can see one hanging on the top on the top shoe there. So they're actually pretty decently sized, about this long. The heart's about that big around. So it's a pretty decent sized medal. It's not a tiny little thing. It's not giant either. But yeah, they're 25 bucks. But the guy put all the money out to develop the molds and all the stuff on the front end, right? He didn't ask me for a cent. So there you go. I don't know why he went out of his way to do that for me, but I'm glad he did. Um, I'd love to make his money back for him, so I'm pushing these every time I get an opportunity. And if you don't mind, please do so as well. If you can't buy one, share it out on X or social media of your choice, and tell people about it. I mean, it would be a crying shame if people would start just like presenting these to Brandon at given opportunities. I mean, it's got his face on it, so. But yeah, so um, patchops.com. They've got a lot of cool patches and stuff too. A lot of them. What the hell? I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole if I start looking at that. Oh Lord, it's just yeah. So one of these things I also do is this day in history. So in 1111, Henry V was crowned Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Paschal. I can't. Is that Pascal? Maybe it's Paschal. The second in Rome after months of political controversy. His reign involved significant conflicts with the papacy over investiture rights. That's interesting. I didn't know Henry V was also that holy. Okay. In 1204, Crusaders on the Fourth Crusade captured and set. I talked about Constantinople. I guess it's a whole week thing. Uh, see, in 1598, King Henry IV of France issued the Edict of Nantes, granting substantial religious freedoms and political rights to French Protestants, the Huguenots, Huguenot, uh, and helped end the French Wars of Religion. 1742, George Frederick Handel's on oratorio Messiah. There's a very religious themed one this week. Received its world premiere in Dublin, Ireland, in a concert hall. Huh. In 1796, America's first elephant arrived in New York City from Bengal, India. The 2-year-old Asian elephant was put on public display for 25 cents a ticket and toured the East Coast for years. Yep. 1861, after a 34-hour bombardment, Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor surrendered to Confederate forces. Talked about the beginning of this. I think I talked about that Thursday. I think is when that began. Um, no one was killed in the battle itself, but it marked the effective beginning of the American Civil War. I will be going to Fort Sumter, or plan to, in a couple weeks when I go to Charleston. Hope to get some video evidence, get some video and stuff, and maybe put something together. I do have a video about the Battle of Decatur and the State Bank that I put on my channel. If you go to my personal channel, JD the Bot Guy on YouTube, you can see that. And there's no video per se. It's just some stills, some current pictures. I took some pictures of the bank today, and some of the stuff around there. They've got a site. They actually have that thing closed currently for renovation. I like to go back and check it out when they get that done. Let's see. Holy crap! I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. In 1919, Jallianwala Bagh. Boy, how whatever massacre took place in India when British troops under Brigadier General Reginald Dyer fired on unarmed crowd of protesters, killing hundreds. Could be between a little over 375 to 1,000 people, and became a pivotal event in India's independence movement. And I want to say that Elizabeth II in the was it the 50s was when they I'm not up on my Indian history, so I could be completely correct me in the comments. 1960, the United States launched Transit 1B, the world's first operational satellite navigation system. And now we use it all the time. It paved the way for modern GPS technology. That's actually an interesting thing to me. Um, I didn't realize that it was that old. Again, people don't realize that the uh, that fax technology was invented in the 1800s. Um, that that blows people's minds. If you don't believe me, I think I've covered that here before. Go look it up. I'm not playing. They developed that a long time ago. Uh, in 1970, an oxygen tank exploded on Apollo 13. We all saw the movie, so on and so forth. Hold on, had to get that out of my system. They they dramatic successful failure. Yeah, that's funny. 1997, Tiger Woods at age 21 won the Masters tournament at Augusta, becoming the youngest champion ever and the first golfer of African or Asian descent to win a major. Boy, I remember the hubbub about that. 97 does not. Can't believe that that's what is that almost 30 years. It's 29 years. Jeez, getting old sucks, but it beats the alternative. Oh man. Let's see. Anything other items of note? It's almost interesting. We oftentimes, it's almost like the mods for JD Delay are able to be just like summoned out of the ether. Almost every time that I, and it's weird because it's usually when I'm talking about whiskey or cigars that they'll just show up. And that's happened a couple of times now. See if it happens. I don't normally start streaming until 6:30, and so I've been on for just over an hour now, and but normally it would have only been about 30 minutes. So I don't know. They Somebody may show up, may not. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. I will say the interesting thing is my kick um, spammers seem to have disappeared. I'm going to test that. Yep, kick is working. Okay, what's up, Phil? What we yoing about? Are you yoing because you didn't know that JD Delay's mods come into my chat occasionally? Hell, he's been in here um, once. So he covered my he did a live stream reaction to my video about him, um, in which I used the wrong face. So he's like, AI always messes up my face. That's not what I look like, and it's because I used somebody else's AI image of his face in a big ass hurry to find a picture of him with no beard. I should have spent just like 5 more minutes trying to find something, because I went and looked and I found something that showed up for him. It I don't know. I don't know. We seem to be having Phil. You didn't send that message again. It just happened to show up because you sent that message a while back. And I wonder. Let's test this one too. All right. Oh, that makes sense. It's the wrong account that my ex is. That's weird. That's freaking weird. Why would it do that? Huh. Well, I'm not screwing with it. It's the same chat, but my forced valor account is the one that it decided to log in with, and I find that interesting. I can talk to myself though, huh? on the uh, on the forced valor front, on our march to 3,000 public watch hours, we're currently sitting at 2,311. Um, I'm curious to see how it's going to go. Honestly, could use a shot in the arm. Um, the I'm trying to get over. So we had I love how I do that. Had a lot of interest relatively early on in June or so of last year because it was a new thing. Nobody was doing this. I mean, people were doing it, but not to the level that I've been doing it. And so it's uh it's an interesting thing to see how this has progressed because I had a real huge spike when the channel was discovered, the website, all that stuff, and that has since not necessarily dwindled, but it has become steady. And I've got a pretty good stream of regulars that come back week after week, and but that's not quite enough to keep the viewership up enough to really get us over the edge. So if you're not a fan of my forced valor stuff, you know what? I understand. Not everybody's a fan of it. A lot of people absolutely hate it. Oh, but you know what? It I don't. It's fine. It I do that stuff to entertain the shit out of myself. The same as doing what I'm doing now. Um, I don't know if anybody's actually watching this. The chat stops moving, and so you may or may not be here still. I could be talking to myself. Pretty common. I do that a lot. Man is often forced to talk to himself when he needs good advice or someone of intelligence to speak to. Just saying. I really wish it was a good way to see what I'm doing here. Where, oh, where? Yeah, we've got a sum total of 60 views on that bank video on my channel. We still have two live viewers on our two whole people on YouTube. I think Sean has maybe he's passed out. Who knows? So we got some interesting stuff going on in the world. So let's see here. About a million bees swarmed a Tennessee highway ramp after a beekeeper's truck crashed, turning an interstate exit into a buzzing traffic nightmare. That's cute. Drivers were stuck bumper to bumper to buzzer. What the hell's wrong? While crews worked to safely relocate the massive hive on wheels. That's interesting. I asked Grok to kind of put this information together for me for this broadcast, and it started to try to be funny. It was originally just straight up facts, and now it's this particular thread. I'm reusing the same one, and now it's starting to try to be an entertaining. Let's see, three people in California were sentenced for a wild insurance fraud scheme where one accomplice dressed in a bear costume to stage attacks and damage luxury cars. The bear attack claims fooled insurers until the costume caper was exposed. That's an interest. A bear. Okay, how many of you saw the video of the pilots? I talked about this one Thursday. It's actually pretty funny. But there's a couple pilots that got into a were in a they weren't in a hot mic. I swear they know they were doing it, right? But they had their microphones keyed up and meowing. And I'm pretty sure they were doing it on a like an emergency band. And I'm not kidding. You hear it and somebody will go meow just like out of the blue, and they do it over and over again. It's not like it's just once and done. No, it was repeatedly. A sideshow in Hayward, California featured a blue Chevy Camaro doing donuts in the middle of a crowd before smashing into a semi truck. Occupants fled on foot, leaving behind a chaotic viral video of a reckless spectacle. Sideshow? I don't know if I would call that a sideshow. Unless, of course, it was like at a carnival or something. I don't know how they would call that a sideshow. Uh, Caffeine's surprising effect on invasive Argentine ants made headlines. Scientists found that caffeinated sugar helped the ants learn food trails faster, taking straighter paths and potentially creating or opening new doors for eco-friendly pest control from Science Daily. Huh. Yeah. You guys have seen this, right? This video of this robot in Beijing training for a half marathon, and they had a little speed bump, right? And the thing runs, trips over the speed bump, and just busts into several pieces. I'm going to see if I can find that real quick because that video is funny, and I saw it earlier today, and yeah, I gotta see if I can find that shit because it can't be that buried up. Oh, Lord. But yeah, this is somebody was talking about like they would just it's like I don't have to put all this defense in for training against the robots when they come to take us over. It's just like put a little 2-inch speed bump with some painter's tape down. I swear I have that in my feed someplace. It's entertaining. It almost looks like it's not real, honestly. Um, Come on. That is here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, Braxton McCoy, well, also one of my favorite people to follow on X. Um, yeah, so here you go. You just smooth up trip, and they all ran. Oh, that's so funny. Pick your feet up. Pick your feet up, man. Damn. Oh. But yeah, that shit's funny right there. I don't care who you are. Oh, let's see. Apparently, there was an alligator. Two tourists were charged after driving across the state with a dead gator strapped to their car roof. Wildlife officers eventually caught up with them, and then, yeah, they later covered it with a sheet. What? I wouldn't call that a taxidermy display if it's just a dead alligator. So apparently, Saturn has a moon, Daphnis. It's just 5 miles wide, and it is doing something with gravity waves through the planet's rings. Interesting. Now I need to see that. You know what? I'm an idiot. I've got links to all this stuff um and I could you just click it and show it to you, right? But yeah, it's doing this weird wave thing. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I use this stuff and it's got links in it, and I'm going to go search out something because I'm a moron. This is that the ADD brain for you. I just like don't think it is. There's no straight line. I need some of that caffeine that those ants were using. Is what I need. Oh no, I gotta see this too. Gotta see this too. Apparently, there's a woman falling into an open drain, and then somebody tries to help her. Yeah. Oh, oh no, 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 we're not doing the music. Can't. It's like this lady sitting here, and she's trying to get in. A woman goes in there and trips and falls into. Brilliant, brilliant. And apparently that's been viewed a little bit. I don't. Where in the world? How many views is it? It's only got 165 likes. It must be another source for that, um, because I don't see millions of views. Apparently, there are meat raffles. Have you guys heard of this? Meat raffles. Communities gather together to gamble on prizes of hot dog, steaks, and bacon. Interesting. I've never seen a meat raffle. Sounds like something to go on at a strip club. Oh, fun times, fun times. I have to move this book. It's in my way. Oh. So, what other wonderful things can we get into today? You guys watch if you Yarn Hub is a they do a computer graphic stuff, and they've got this thing that they put up about the submarine, and there is funny. The sub's dented, and they're pretty good about replying. It's like these guys have a pretty good following, and they've worked on a couple of the Fat Electricians videos. They don't have a lot of followers on X. Let me rephrase that. They've got 1,752 followers on X, but they've got 3 million. Is it 3 million? How many is it? Let's go look. It is 3 million subscribers. If you look over here on YouTube, they got 3 million subscribers on YouTube, and they do computer like CGI videos and stuff. And these aren't AI generated. These guys actually like that's what they do. And so some of them, a lot of them are World War II based, right? And they're all historical and stuff. They do occasionally do a funny one, but it's uh, it's pretty good. They're getting very, very good at it. I mean, they're improving every time you see a video come out. They've improved it a little bit, and but they're funny. Mm, lose what chat I'm on. I love it, or what tab I'm on. Yep, donut operator got married this weekend. It's yeah. It's a world, right? I, oh, dig this. And oh, this shit right here. Listen to this.
Rods. That's $1,000.
People, this
You're
lady's
gonna get
getting mad at people
you're
for
gonna get
fishing.
arrested for stealing property.
No, I'm not stealing.
Let go.
He grabbed her other hand.
Nope.
Get her other hand.
Let go.
Give me my
You
rods.
are assaulting me.
You have my property.
You have his property.
You have no right,
Can you
and
grab
you
it?
are assaulting me.
You're gonna let go.
No, I'm not.
I'm not assaulting you. You can let go.
He is. The minute you touch me,
Give me
it's
my
assault.
rods, and I'm leaving. I
Yeah.
can't leave because you have my rods. Give me my rods.
Why?
Nope.
I can't.
What are
leave
we doing
because
wrong?
it's my property.
You read the signs? They're all over.
Okay, we didn't see that. We're gonna leave. Just give him the rods.
No, you saw them. You've been here.
No, we have not.
Do you not see the like 6 other people fishing? Here?
What are you gonna do about them?
Have
Give
you
me my
noticed
rods.
they missed?
Give me my rods.
Their pictures are
Give me
taken
my
there.
rods.
Okay, so take our pictures and we'll
My rods.
leave.
This is $1,000 that you're about to break. Give me my rods, and I'm leaving.
All right, I'll just call the cops right now on you, and we're not gonna get in
Go
trouble because we've been here
right ahead.
before.
Give me my rods.
And you're
Give
gonna.
me my rods.
What are you doing?
I am taking them. You can pick them up
No.
in the office.
Grab her other hand,
Office.
bro.
All right.
That's assault. Every time
Assault
you
my
touch
ass.
me.
Okay, that's good.
I'm not gonna touch you. We're touching your hand so we can get our rods
No.
back.
You
Yes,
have
absolutely.
No right
Why?
to touch.
Okay, but what are you touching right now?
Doing?
What are you touching right now?
Should have called the
My-
cops.
Whose are
I
these?
mean,
Whose
shoulda
are
called
these?
I don't
Look.
know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Look, I've seen multiple videos about stuff like this, and this is one of those things that happens often. Yeah, you get these Karens, right? And it's like you got a pond and so I've seen a pond places like public places. There was guys fishing from a boat, and some lady came up and was screaming and flipping out because they were fishing. And this lady, oh, just call the cops. If somebody's harassing, they could have called the cops and reported her. I mean, yes, this is all going down in like a minute, 2 minutes, right? And and I don't know what came of it, but we can finish watching this. Look at
Oh,
her
you're
trying
gonna
to
bite me? Are you fucking okay? All right, I'm calling the cops, Blake.
Give me my.
Oh man, I don't understand why people think that it's their business to go in it. And she said something about an office. What it probably is there's an HOA there, right? There's an HOA and they've got a pond, and I don't know if they don't allow fishing in the pond, like somebody stocked it. Somebody put fish in there, right? Ponds don't just sprout fish, right? Uh so if this pond was created by this community, this HOA, somebody put fish in it, which is not hard to do. People can catch fish and transport them and put them in there. I understand, and it may be posted no fishing, and if they may not have seen the sign, and they may have, and I don't know. But look, you can't steal somebody else's property just because you don't like what they're doing. The right thing for her to do would be to call the authorities and have them come tell the people to leave, that they're trespassing or whatever. It's not, don't go be a vigilante, granny, vigilante granny, and go grab a hold of people's stuff, right? You're actually lucky that these guys are nice young gentlemen who aren't going to be, because they could have very easily not videoed this and just beat the hell out of her for trying to steal their poles. I don't understand where people get the mentality that their actions like this are just protected. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. But I'll tell you, having the chat on the screen and not moving is kind of depressing. I don't. It was moving, and now it isn't. It's. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go. Ding. All right. So if that starts moving again, we'll put it back up. I mean, I've only got about another half an hour, um, but I'm not gonna have a chat sitting on the screen and it's not doing anything. That's just stupid. All my usual suspects are having a life. So it's I don't why why would you do that? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to play this for you because, um, well, why not?
Nick, 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 Nick,
Of course, he's in a.
ho, ho!
I don't know how drunk he was when he did this. There were lots of drinks.
Let's go!
He looks like he's done this before. Hey, look, admin's there. Admin's there. Oh, they look like they were having a good time. That's cool. It's always nice to see people enjoying themselves and whatnot. And especially at a event, a happy event such as that. I hope many years of happiness to Donut and Moody, man. Oh Lord, I'm gonna harass JD Delay. Old JD. Oh man, there was a video of I thought I had that in my bookmarks, but I can't seem. It's not. It doesn't seem to be here. Um, Let me find that because this dude is a straight up punk. Where? I can't remember who was talking about it. You know what? I'm not going to be like him. I'm not going to do it. Um, but there's a video of Hassan Piker like just dogging on a Vietnamese woman who had fled communism in Vietnam to come to this country, and he was talking about her using a gaming headset, and I was like, well, fuck this guy. But dude, that guy, I, if you want to live in a communist country, go move to one, right? There are a lot. There are several of them. I'm going to say lots, but there are several of them that you can choose from. Go to China, go to Vietnam, go to North Korea. Just shut the fuck up and get out of here. If you don't like it, go away. If you want to be a communist sympathizer or love on you some communism, you can go do that someplace else. And don't hate on people who have fled those places in order to go to some place um, like the United States to get away from that. You know, I really don't understand that shit. I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me how people can think it's just like being a pedo. I don't know why people think communism is good, and the only people who think communism is good are either people who are leading communist nations or who don't currently live in one. Because anybody who lives in a communist nation who isn't in leadership is, if you're not a party member, you're probably suffering. You're probably starving to death, right? The fruits of your labor are taken from you, and you're giving back far less than what you've worked for, like you would get in a capitalist country. It's and everybody who's like pro socialism, pro communism. Oh, it just hasn't been done right. How many times do you have to bang your head against a wall before you figure out that it's not working out? Like you don't have to keep trying. The what is it? The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's I'm trying to keep it together. I've only got a half an hour left in this broadcast, and I don't want to go on a rant. I really don't. It's so difficult not to get. I mean, getting. It's like I'm not mad on her behalf. I'm not like people who get um, offended on the behalf of another person irks me. Right? It's annoying. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. I just don't. I think that it's wrong for somebody to misrepresent something and hate on people who are representing what I can only consider to be the truth. It's their lived experience, right? They've lived it. People who have fled Cuba or Russia when or USSR when it was a communist nation or Vietnam or whatever, they lived those experiences. You call them a liar because they had a bad experience with that. I mean, it's horrific. You just go fuck yourself, Hassan Piker. Just do that, please. Fuck the hell off and go away. I don't understand why. It's almost like people love to see him like just be an asshole and be an idiot. I don't understand how people. I mean, just follow him and support him with his engagement. It's like don't. I don't know. There are. I'm glad that there are people with much larger following or a following at all that have taken it upon themselves to dog him. Speaking of dogs, his dog died. The one he shocked. I'm pretty sure. And some people shouldn't have pets, and people who are mean to animals, uh, they're right. People who are mean to animal or to children who hurt children, and then old people, and I mean normal old people, not crazy old Karen ladies who decide they want to take your shit and just be a nuisance, and then animals, right? You're, they can all go right to hell. I almost did it. I almost went down the rabbit hole. Oh Lord. I don't know what's going on with my stuff. The X just loses its mind occasionally, and I don't know. I really don't know why. It does. Uh, it loses its shit, and then it's just strange. I have a feeling that Kentucky Ballistics is going to do some sort of video with like a full size ballistics gel Velociraptor, perhaps. Um, so yeah, he's posted this. I'm excited. I wonder if it's a full size Velociraptor. The the was it ballistics? Is it ballistics dummy labs? Um, think that's the name of the company that produces those things for him. They had a they've done not only like the zombie ballistic gel torsos and stuff, but they've done bears, a bear head. Um, they did a gremlin, like like from the movie Gremlins. They did like one of those for him. Now it looks like a velociraptor. Very very interesting. Yes, I've broken out the corn on the cob holder again for sure. Speaking of which, I had somebody bring up that they wanted to a send me a replacement for that. I may go ahead and get myself a post office box just to allow people to do stuff like that. I don't know. Haven't quite made up my mind yet if I want to even go down that path. There's no telling what people will send me. But, you know, it's the weirdest damn thing. Something has gone completely flaky. And I'm not sure if that's what the why I'm currently having so many problems. Let me see something. Yeah, we're having some issues with X. I know YouTube's still probably going, but X is having some problems. My and it's not just me. Let me see if this is working. Yep, that's working. So I don't know. I mean, there's we're having some problems with videos loading and stuff, and not sure. This is very strange. Um, I don't know. That's just odd. It's like got videos that won't load. Like my if I ever hit the live on X, um, it's got this media can't be displayed and it's flaking out. And I assume that my stuff is working. It's kind of hard to guess. I mean, I'm looking at my router, and my upload speeds are doing just fine, and it looks like we're uploading, but everything has ceased to work. It seems. So I don't know if I'm just not talking to anybody at all, or if I'm not transmitting anything. I don't know. That's weird. But I'm having problems with like other people's media. It's not just my stuff. So I don't know if X is having an issue and other things are working. The chats seem to be working because I wrote a test message in X on the X website and it showed up in my stream chats over here. So I don't know. It's weird. Just sitting around. Phil's gone silent on me. I don't know if he's still there or not. Phil, if you're still there, say something. Proof of life, man. Proof of life. I'm not showing. I'm showing that I've seen, had a few people hit the stream, but those can be drive-bys. Um, Not a lot of people out on the stream tonight. Don't know why. Um, just weird. Let me kill this freaking tab. I don't know. That's jacked up. Now let's see. See if we're working. No. Maybe X is just shit the bed. It's very possible that that's the case. Very choppy. I don't know. Let's do some testing. That would explain why we're so. Hell, it could be me. Let's see. open another link here. Let's see. Let's see if we can hit one of the other streams. I could be just not talking. Interesting. Yep. I think my stream has died. I am talking to no one. Well, I guess that's going to be that. Well, who knows? I'm uploading to Restream, but apparently that's not working anymore. So we're gonna kill it and call it a night and make some shorts out of this. And I don't know. This is fucked up. That's jacked up, son. Why is this not working? Hmm. All right. Well, let's try kick. Showing me live. Is it functioning? Nope. It is taking a dump. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be that for this evening. I'm I'm sitting over here doing nothing. All right. Well, that's going to be that. I'm going to kill it. Uh, if anybody can still see me or hear me, thank you for coming. And as always.